Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is Let's Play Assassin's Creed 2. Electric Stabba-You. And I just beat the game on my other file. And I gotta say, less annoying than the first game, but they really just want to keep on leading me along. But the fact that I'm actually jazzed to play it again on this file is good, because I can't even imagine playing the other game again at this point. Like, the first one just had, like, really issues. I mean, the only reason to go back to the first game would be to try to do some of the assassinations better, and try to hack into the, that scientist dude's computer. But beyond that, no reason at all. But, let's go to the next mission, then. Oh, and I have more money, because I got some treasure chests. I didn't go crazy with it, but it's enough to buy the armor once I get to the blacksmith, which is right here. I could go there right now, but meh. Let's see what happens when I go through this door first. I heard it. I heard an oxygen sound.
Bentornato, Ezio. Were you successful?
Yes. Madre?
Ezio! Where have you been? They wouldn't let us leave. And Mother, oh, she hasn't spoken a single word since we left the house. Father will need to sort things out. Where is Father? And Federico? And Petruccio? Hmm?
Something's happened.
What do you mean? No, it's impossible.
Claudia,
No.
I did everything I could, Piccina. Listen, right now what matters is getting us all someplace safe. But to do that, I need you to stay focused. Do you understand? Good. Will you watch over Mother for me? Then we are ready. Thank you again for everything.
Stay safe, Ezio. Stay vigilant. I suspect the road ahead is yet long.
Alright, escort Maria and Claudia out of Florence to the Villa Auditore in Monteriggioni Pastoroni. Last episode, I did things to decrease my notoriety so that these guards wouldn't be all up in my grill when I tried to make it out. So, that's good. I can order my mother and my sister to stop if there's danger. Alright, let me just... They haven't told me how to do this yet, but, these bards follow you around sometimes and are really annoying. If you want to get them off you, throw money. Like, I certainly wish there was a command to get rid of the beggar women in the first game, but there was no money in the first game, so of course there's no command to throw money. Yeah, you go away. Because you could, like, throw them away, but if you do that, it's gonna cause attention. If anything, like, this directs attention away from you. Oh, and look, there. Alright, this is the mission where they actually tell me how to do this. I didn't realize. If I had realized, I might have waited. Hey, look, guard, have some money. It's only 10 florins per throw, also. I don't see how they're picking up so much money when it's only 10 florins, but maybe I'm throwing, like, dime equivalents. So there's like 100 coins on the ground. I don't know. Oh, okay, it was just a checkpoint. Alright, let's skedaddle. No reason to be this cautious, I don't think. And if I happen across a blacksmith, that might be nice. Whoop. Dodge. Not seeing any blacksmith. The party just drop their guitars too, which is kind of great. Right, we're getting there. Okay, that doesn't look good. There's a lot of guards over here. But I can hire the whores. Lock on. Get them, girls. There are a lot of guards, so I think we're going to double down. Give them a real show. Or they could just follow me around. That's fine also, I guess.
Stay put. Fall in.
Oh, well, I don't know. You girls gonna...
Alright, this way.
Gotta get my mother and sister following me again. I guess I can't send double whore packets after them. A packet of whores. Alright, I'm in the countryside. Let's make a break for it. Thank you for your services, lady.
Andiamo.
How
Even
could
though I
this
didn't
have
really
happened
utilize
to
them.
us?
I don't know.
It's actually pretty good as far as leading my mother and sister out, like also having
Will
a bunch
we
of
ever
other
be
women.
back?
I don't know.
I think it's less suspicious. Oh, we gotta make a break for it.
Let's go.
What will happen to our house?
I don't know.
Were they given a proper burial?
Yes, they were.
Probably not true. And then my ghost mother and sister disappeared. In actuality, though, the Animus is deloading memories and characters because my memory is complete. And to the next sequence. Animus seeks out relevant memories in the person's life. That's why you never see Altair poop. That all happens off-screen. I just called him Altair again. He's Ezio. I gotta remember, not Altair, Ezio. Also, someone suggested that Altair and Ezio aren't related. I don't know if there's evidence specifically that they aren't related, but the point has been made. It is possible that they aren't related because they just need to be related to Desmond. Like, your father and mother aren't related to each other, presumably, so they can be from different family lines and still related to you.
We should be close.
Grazie Dio.
Alright, roadside assistant. Escort Maria and Claudia. Alright, it's the same thing they told me to do before, except I'm now not in town. Hopefully my mother's up on her cardio. Oh dear.
Buongiorno, Ezio. How could you leave Firenze without saying a proper goodbye?
Ezio!
What do you want, Vieri?
So many things. A larger palazzo, 2 new steeds, a prettier bride. Oh, and yes, your life. My condolences.
How about
for
none
the
of
loss your
those?
Father and brothers.
That's what I say to
What
that.
happened now that there's no one left to help you? I have such wonderful things in store for your mother and sister.
Okay, well apparently I'm not allowed to fight them. Oh, my sister's like squaring off against this guy. Hey, buddy. Yep. Yep. Nighty night. Anyone else want to screw with me?
I grow tired of this game. Finish him, and do not spare the women. What sorcery is this?
Not sorcery, boy. Skill.
Show yourself!
As you wish. Here, use this.
Kill them! Kill them all!
I've got a sword again. An inferior weapon to my hidden blade, and I just hit the person who's defending me in the chest. Alright. Well, I made up for it by swiftly taking out 2 enemies. In a battle with allies, even if you don't have the hidden blade out, if you sneak behind someone that someone else is fighting, they will not know that you're there, and you can just take them out instantly, usually. And each weapon has different behind stealth kills, which is pretty damn cool, I think. These guys are weak as hell, though. They're weaker than town guards, so... Oh, you're surrounded. I don't even know if I need to help with this. But I will. Who's left? Everyone's on this one guy. This one poor guy. Boom.
You have my thanks.
Keep the sword, Ezio.
Do I know you from somewhere?
Don't you recognize me? It's a me, Mario.
You keep
Oh, Mario.
It's been too long, Nipote. Far too long. I heard what happened in Firenze. Terrible. Come, let's get you all away from here.
It's a me, Mario. I'm come here to plug out your basement. We rescue the princess. I laughed so hard when I got that line. Oh, this is a good game. And again, I've heard that they get worse as the series goes on, and this is the best one, so that makes me sad because I do want to play the other ones. I still have to decide whether I'm going to play Brotherhood and Revelations, which are both games that involve Ezio. I definitely want to play the third one, and I want to play the one where you play as a slave woman that, like, rescues slaves. Like, that's a really cool concept. I'm just worried about that one because I think it was originally a handheld game, and I'm assuming they had to tone some stuff down just based on the thing that it was released on. But, yeah, that's the place where we are. I don't know why I showed that. Mario Auditore, my uncle. So he is a Nobel, and also a plumber, maybe. And he has a younger brother, who's my father, also known as Luigi in my heart, but not in reality. Alright, explore the Villa Auditore with Mario.
So, tell me everything.
They executed father for treason. Federico and Petruccio, too. And they came for me.
Do you know why?
I have no answers, Uncle. Only a list of names taken from a man who wished me dead. I still can't believe they are gone.
Don't worry. We will make sense of this.
I wish I shared your optimism.
Come on, keep pace. We're almost there. I think you will find much to like in Monteriggioni.
I thought Monteriggioni was an enemy of Firenze.
For now. Next year it will be its friend, the year after its enemy again, and on and on. I cannot keep track, so I have stopped trying. These are honest, hard-working people. Our shops may only carry simple goods, but they're well-made and dependable. There is a chapel here, too. The prete seems a nice enough fellow, but I have never been much of a believer.
Did you know the Villa Auditore is almost 200 years old? It was built by my great-grandfather, a strange man who carried all kinds of secrets. Keep your eyes open, and you might discover a few of them yourself.
With all the fighting that's been going on, this place has started to get a bit rough around the edges. I wish I could do something about it, but I just don't have the time or money to fix things up. Guess that's life, huh? Here we are. Casa Dolce Casa. So, what do you think?
It's most impressive, Uncle.
She's seen better days, I suppose. Believe me, I'd have her shining again if only I had the time. Now that you have had the tour, Nipote, you should go and outfit yourself. My men in the market are expecting you. Return here when you're finished, and we'll begin.
Begin? Begin what?
I thought you'd come here to train.
No, Uncle. I came here to escape Firenze. And I intend to take my family further still.
But what about your father? He'd want you to finish his work.
What work? My father was a banker.
Wait, he did not tell you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ma che me combini, Giovanni? Where to even begin? Go and fetch the gear in the market. It will give me time to think. But that's that. We'll talk more later.
Some spending money should you need it. And if you find yourself in need of rest, I've prepared a room for you on the top floor of the villa.
Okay, so I now have quite a bit of money when added to the amount of money that I found randomly, and the money that he just gave me, and the money from the mission. This will serve as my base of operations for quite a while. Now, you may have noticed that as I was walking, a message popped up, like a area information message, that did have the red glyph symbol by it, which means there is a glyph somewhere on these grounds. There's also a bunch of stuff on these grounds. There's a bunch of little statues that you can collect, and if you collect them, then you get a bunch of money, and I'm probably going to go and do that real quick. There's a whole bunch of secret treasure... Wait, I see little flaring computer code. Alright, let's take care of the glyph. Ugh. I just need to get close to it while in eagle vision. It's a barcode. That's definitely not supposed to be here.
Power doesn't die. It's passed on.
I had quite the discussion on the Maker Studios forums about nudity in classical artwork, and I don't know. That's why I re-edited the last video to put a warning up, because I think it's so dumb that I can show myself stabbing a man in the heart, and that's a problem, but, like, showing a breast in a classical piece of artwork is not okay. Anyway, he carried it with him, find his inheritance. This is Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of the presidents of the 40s. And right here is a piece of Eden. Not only that, I think Piece of Eden 3 might actually be the Piece of Eden that Altair had, and that time I did mean to say Altair. So I need to scan the different pieces and find it. Now, this is Houdini. Now, if you remember, the apple was heavy in illusion, so I think this is suggesting that the apple actually helped him do some of his magic tricks. I have no idea where the damn thing is, though. You'd think it'd be on him if he's using it for magic tricks. Wait, I think I see it. Yup, there it is. And it's Gandhi on a protest march. Just look for it. Scan with my eyes. Of course, it's going to be harder for you guys to scan with your eyes because my damn computer can't handle HD at the moment. It's going to be all blurry. Yes, he clearly hit it there. I'm just going to click around until I find it. Aha! I see it. It was in his staff. Piece of Eden 2, that was a different apple. Alright, we've done it. File unlocked. So, I did 3 of them? Really? I don't remember doing the second one. That was weird. Alright, well... I'm sure I did. Oh, the other one was the switching puzzle. Alright, with the picture. I remember now. Oh, there. That is taken care of. Unknown program compiled. One of the many secrets of this place. Of course, that wasn't one of the original secrets, because that was implanted by a crazy man. Hoo-ah! That was cool. So, it's time to go into town and get some supplies, and then I can find out about what the family business really is. Of course, it should probably be pretty obviously apparent. It's not banking, if that's what you thought. You probably thought it was banking. So you buy some greaves and a pair of daggers. What I really want is that armor I was going to buy before, but it's not available here, because damn it. So, we'll buy some greaves. I really should have bought the armor before I left the city. I didn't realize it wouldn't be available. And now we have a dagger, which I'll only use for fun. It's the same as the small knife from the first game.
You'll be well satisfied, I know it.
Alright, cool. So weapon select. There's my sword. And if I want my dagger, I have to go like that. Now, I don't... You can hit up to use the hidden blade. You can hit down to be unarmed. And you can hit left to use your sword, or right to use your sword, but left doesn't seem to do anything, and I don't know if you can set left for whatever you want. If you could, I would do throwing knives. I never explored that, but I don't think I ever unlocked anything that left automatically equipped, which is very odd. Does it unequip things? It doesn't seem to do anything. Like, that's very odd. Now I'm going to the doctor.
Welcome here.
And I can buy supplies. I don't need to, though. I'm full.
Buona fortuna.
Medicine. Is that what it does? I can use medicine? I didn't realize that. Alright. Apparently I never read things. So that's for medicine? I can just heal myself without even going to the pause menu? That's incredibly dumb. And it makes this game too easy. Is there a tower? There's a tower over here. I want to reveal the town because I also want to go to the art dealer. Assuming there is one. Well, I know there is one. I just don't know if they're here yet or anything. I guess... Well, first of all, let me see. Let me see if I can see any... There are statues everywhere around this town. And a crap ton of treasure chests. So there's a crap ton of treasure chests everywhere. If you use your eagle vision, you can see them a lot easier. And I'm pretty sure I just saw one up there. Yeah. That ain't a window. I mean, unless you were looking at the window when I said that that's a window. But that ain't a window. It's a little statuette. It's a statuette of Apollo. Statuette, of course, being a tiny statue. And there are pedestals all around the grounds. I can stick the statues into the pedestals. There are 2 per pedestal. You need to find both statues for the pedestal to activate, and if you do that, you get a decent amount of money, at least for this part of the game. And here we have Diana, who I'm not up enough on my Greek mythology to know who Diana is. I think there's a feather up there. The feather collecting is still a thing in this game. The only way I'm going to do that is if I'm crazy. I know what the reward is. I'm just hoping there's a cutscene. I should look up whether there's a cutscene. There's the first feather. I'm going to try to get all the feathers on screen, though. That's crazy, though. I shouldn't even say that. The problem with the collecting feathers is the only way I'm going to collect all 100, and you don't get anything unless you collect every single feather, is that every time I collect a feather, let's say I collect 30 feathers, and then I use a guide to try to find the feathers, I might get confused if I already collected one and didn't remember, which I won't, because I'm going to collect them throughout the entire game. So it actually almost makes it harder if you start collecting feathers, which is just terrible. Ugh. I like it in Grand Theft Auto where, like Vice City, they had you collect different things. Every 10, you got something. So even if you didn't collect all of them, you still felt you didn't waste your damn time getting some of them. And this is just all or nothing. I hate all or nothing. I'm fine with it if there's a map where you can find all the things, but even then, it's just bad gameplay to force the player to run around and collect, hundreds of stupid things. It's not as bad as the flags in the first game, because at least you do get something, but oh my god. You guys are just torturing poor completionists. You are wasting the lives of poor completionists and preying on their compulsions by putting stupid things like that in your game. At least that's what I think. Ugh. Whatever. Stop ranting about video game mechanics. Alright, I found the Minerva statue, and then I mentioned something about Minerva, and then I realized I didn't hit record again. But now I'm on top of the villa, as this appears to be the one point in the town. This is the smallest area in the game, but as I said, it will serve as my base of operations for the rest of the game, so it didn't really need to be all that big. Now that I've gotten the checkpoint, again, this is a very small area in the game. I've revealed pretty much the whole map, and now I can see... It looks like there isn't an art dealer currently, that's why I couldn't find the thing. But I still want to find those statues. See, I wish there was an art dealer. Because if there was, then it would reveal the treasure chest, and it'd be cool to collect some treasure chests. But it looks like I bought all that I can anyway, which is kind of lame. I think there might also be some statues in the surrounding area of the villa, because you can go outside and roam around the countryside. And I know there are treasure chests all around there, but I think there's also statues. And I've never found all of the statues. I missed 2 or 3 of them. Companion found them, and he told me that you don't get anything special for getting all of them, which is kind of lame. I think you should get something for collecting every statue. I mean, you do, but only the immediate monetary reward. Nothing additional for getting all of them, as far as I know. Yeah, let's just keep on looking. Is that a... I think there's one right there. Whoop. You do. Boom, Jupiter. That is also known as Zeus, the king of the gods. And then we got a treasure chest. So yeah, still looking. This is this type of stuff where I always wonder, maybe I shouldn't actually show it. But I'm cutting out most of it. I think it'd be crazy. That's the stuff of streams, where I'm just running around showing all of the collecting. But I'm just going to show the points, just in case you want to know where some of the statues are, and I'll probably miss the ones that everyone misses. So it's useless. Blurb. Little bit of a change of scenery, but I'm now outside of the villa. I've been trolling around, and I did remember correctly, there is in fact a statue all the way over here. I picked up a treasure chest, too, that had 300 in it, which is a lot. Oh, it's a feather? I wouldn't have even shown that, even though I just said I was going to show myself getting feathers that I collected. Well, never mind. Ugh. Alright, so there's a... I really thought there was a statue out here. I just saw sparkly, and I assumed it was a statue. 300? That's a decent treasure chest for this part. So, again, you'll get enough money to get everything in due time throughout the game, even if you, like, never pick up a treasure chest. I'm pretty sure that's true. And you'll see, they added this weird aspect to getting money in the game. Like, I don't know if this game even needed money. Like, I think it would have been more streamlined without it. The first game didn't have money. It didn't need money. It made, I mean, they wanted to give more customizability, I guess, but I also, just running around a city, like what I'm doing right now, but on a grander scale, like running around the city, like collecting a bunch of treasure chests, is just not compelling. Like, if the entire game didn't have money, would it really have lost anything besides the feeling of artificial inflation, which is what I think those type of collecting games give games. They make them seem longer and like they're more involved, but in reality, it's just you doing monotonous stuff, like riding around the countryside and collecting chests. I mean, holy crap, that was a big one. Even what I just said, I'm glad I got that chest. But, like, I guess part of it, like, if I'm a game developer and I create all this countryside stuff, maybe I want there to be a reason for the player to go and explore the countryside and actually be awarded for the exploration. But it still seems like a pretty cheap reward most of the time, doesn't it? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Is that another feather? That is another feather. There are no statues here. I was incorrect. But it looks like there are, at the very least, 2 feathers. Possibly more. Who knows? So I'll just try to remember. You know what I should do? You know what? Because now I feel like I should get the feathers. I could mark. I could, after each video, I can mark the feathers, because I bet there's a list. I bet there's a checklist. I mean, if there's not, for God's sake, someone make one. But I bet there's a checklist with, like, a map where the feathers are numbered, because they have that for GTA. If I could just mark down which ones I already have, it'll make my life a lot easier. Because I don't care about the in-game reward. I'm just hoping that you get a cutscene. I want cutscenes. That's the type of reward I like. More story. And I guess you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in a bit if I do that this episode. But there's a whole thing with the feathers. You never found out why your little brother was collecting them, and, like, you might never find that out because he got hung. His 12-year-old sickly self got hung, which is incredibly messed up. By the way, no one on that discussion on the Makers Forum mentioned me showing anything brutal like that. They were just like, it was only, like, one person who's basically like, maybe you shouldn't show it. Think of the morals of showing artwork from the Renaissance to children. That's the way I interpret it anyway. Ugh. But I don't know. Some people are bothered by nudity. That's why I wanted to give the warning. At least the warning. Give people the agency to avoid it if they wanted to. I mean, maybe people are good with people getting stabbed in the back and they don't want to see the human body. You can stab someone in the back, just don't show their body naked being stabbed. And there's apparently a statue here. I didn't think that there would be statues on the grounds, but there apparently are. Neat. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up where some of the. I want to get all these statues right now. I just want to take care of this, but first I need to see which ones I need to get still. So let's see. Examine. So this is for Mars and Venus. I have not found either one of those, unfortunately. Here we have. Oh, I have both of them, whoever they are. Because of that. Pedestals open up. 2,000 florines. That's why you want to get these. And this is Diana and Apollo. Okay, so I know who Apollo is. He's mentioned all the time. He's the sun god, and apparently Diana's the moon god. So that's cool. Makes sense that there would be a moon god. I just didn't know her name was Diana. I know people named Diana. Apparently they're moon goddesses. Oh, and I have both of these guys too. Excellent. I'm gonna be so rich without finding hundreds of... It was a waste of time. The only reason I looked for those treasure chests back in the other time was so that I could get armor, and I didn't even get it. Ugh. Jupiter and Minerva. Oh. Minerva's the... Isn't that... So she's Athena, basically? Or Hera? Is Minerva Hera? Maybe someone can confirm that for me. Because I think Jupiter, or Zeus's wife, is Hera, right? And also the, Hercules is her... whatever. Alright, so I only have one of these statues. That means I get nothing. So I need Neptune. Alright, still haven't found any statues, but I'm, where am I? I'm on the outskirts right above the gate, and I found another feather. I'm kind of stumped on these statues. I'm not finding them anywhere. I'm gonna have to look them up. Which is fine, I don't even know why I'm getting obsessed with this the completionist kick all of a sudden. I should really just screw it, shouldn't I? Whatever. What is that flashing down there? Is that a graphical glitch? It's probably a graphical glitch. Alright, I'm gonna look up those remaining statues. Ah, I see you. I've been skulking around the entire perimeter of this town trying to find statue. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. This is how you burn yourself out with this game. You try to find stupid things like statues. So what do we got? We got Venus. That means I think one of the other pedestals can be completed because it was Venus and Mars, right? And I had Mars? Is this? No, I need. All right, I need Mars also. There we go. This should be a lot easier with the map. So Mars was basically in the grounds, and I think I already got Pluto, right? So you kind of remember, but according to the map, there was one basically a mirror to that, and that was over here. But since I found one in the grounds, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'd be able to see it. I'm pretty sure. All right, so we got Mars now, and I've marked the location where Neptune is supposed to be. I think. Yeah, it's around the church, it said, right? Oh, God, my legs. And medicine. There's the statue, too. So, wow, I can just use medicine? I mean, that's really insane. I would much rather be able to use knives, but I guess at least now I know that I can do that. That's all of them, right?
What's he up to?
Alright. Hopefully I got all of them. Good. Yoink. So this is Mars and Venus. Venus is the one. Jeez, there's so much art of Venus, and it's all nude because she's the goddess of love. I mean, that statuette's probably naked, but apparently the most offensive thing to the mind is a nipple, and there's no nipple on the statue, so we're good. I really need to stop harping on this. I don't get it. Why is sex so much more vilified than violence? Violence, I feel, is way more destructive to the mind. Like a developing mind. Oh, well. Boom. Alright, that is that. The statue quest is done. Unless I missed an entire pedestal, but I'm pretty sure the statue quest is done. There were 6 pairs, so 12 statues? Yeah. Cool. There's a few other minor secrets around. There's like a well you can jump in, and then there's this underground area where there's a treasure chest. I might show that, because once I get the treasure chest, that treasure chest bothers me because it's like under the castle. But let's go to actual story instead of crap.
Don't worry. We're only staying here for a little while.
I don't like it here. I want to go home.
I know.
Unfortunately, circumstances such as they are, that's not the best option. Let's see. Oh, well, there's a glowing thingy, and I want to get to this. This villa is actually a little bit confusing at times. It's got multiple layers. You can jump down to one of them. Is that my mother? Yeah, this is where my mother stays. She will become a part... Like, she's basically the hub of the Feather Quest. But I don't need to worry about that quite yet. Let's see. I keep on... I just run right outside. To get to my uncle, I need to find the right room. There's a treasure chest over there. That will become important later. There we go. Found his study.
Salute, uncle. I did as you asked.
And quickly, too. Ben fatto.
Yes,
Now,
very quickly.
Let's teach you how to fight.
No. As I said, we are leaving.
Ezio, you barely held your own against Vieri. You won't survive a week on the road. If you want to leave, so be it. But at least do so armed with the skills and knowledge necessary to defend yourself. If not for me, for your mother and sister.
Fine.
Ottimo.
Learn how to fight from a Mario. He's gonna teach me how to jump, isn't he? He's also called Jumpman, I hear.
You can swing a sword, to be sure, but offense alone will not carry a battle. You must survive long enough to strike. I will teach you how to dodge.
You said my father was more than just a banker.
No use dancing around it, I suppose. Your father was an assassin, Ezio.
I told you before. My father was a paper pusher.
No, he was born and bred to be a...
I find this difficult to believe.
What is the list you carry? Do you think it's merely a catalog of debts? It holds the names of those responsible for your father's murder.
Okay, I was screwing up because I was holding block. So that took forever. Jeez. I never use that skill, that's the problem. I always block.
Bene, I've taught you how to avoid your enemy's attacks. Now you'll learn how to turn them to your advantage.
All this talk of assassins and Templars, it reeks of fantasy.
Like something from an old parchment covered in arcane writing, perhaps?
How did you know?
You have your father's blade. I figured you have the codex page he was holding as well.
Codex?
See, a guide to the inner workings of the Order. Its origin, purpose, and techniques. Our creed, if you will. Your father believed the Codex contained a powerful secret. Something that would change the world. Perhaps it's why they came for him.
Come now, you bore me! Chiudiamo questo. Che c'è? Aspetti il permesso del capitano.
There we go. Learned the taunt skill. Surprisingly useful in certain situations.
You're making fine progress, Ezio. Today I'm going to teach you how to position yourself in battle. Where you stand and how you move can make all the difference. Don't think I haven't seen you picking apart my library. I trust you believe me now?
Yes, my father was an assassin. But why the need for such secrecy?
Are you familiar with the Templars? One of several knightly orders formed during the Crusades. History teaches they were disbanded nearly 200 years ago in France. Only they weren't. Merely pushed underground, where they continued their nefarious work.
What work?
The Templars seek dominion over man, and we, the assassins, are sworn to stand against them.
Defeat Mario. I have to use everything that I learned here. Well, actually, that's not true. I just need to counter and attack him. I don't need to use practically anything that I learned here. It's the only thing you need to know is counter-attack, really. But though in boss fights, that's not really true. You do need to learn how to hit the attack button. That's where you're going to do the damage. And I can't grab him.
Well done, Nipote. You've really come into your own.
Thank you, Uncle, for all you have given me.
Your family. Such is my duty and my desire.
I'm glad you had me stay.
Good. You've reconsidered leaving.
We sail for Spain in 3 days.
But Nipote, I have given you these skills that you might be better prepared to strike against our enemies.
And if they find me, I will.
You want to leave, Ezio? To throw away everything your father fought and died for? To deny your heritage? Fine. Come vuoi. Arrivederci e buona fortuna.
Uncle, wait! Why is he so upset?
How can he not be? Vieri's been harassing us ever since you first arrived. To be expected, I suppose, given his heritage.
So yes, as was probably extremely obvious, I'm part of a line of assassins, not a line of bankers, and my father was also an assassin. The fact that he didn't tell me earlier is completely ridiculous. If he had, maybe me and my brother could have done something, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He probably wanted a different life for us, but jeez. Jeez, man.
Uncle! Where
he's
is
not here.
everyone?
They ride for San Gimignano to slay that snake, Vieri.
Vieri.
Vieri di Pazzi. The youngest member of the second most notorious Florentine banking family, this kid knew how to burn right through his father's money. Outside of spending sprees involving weaponry, exotic animals, and clothes, he was fiercely competitive. Vieri hosted races of all kinds, boating, horseback riding, running. All of them rigged, of course. And get this, if through some amazing stroke of luck he ever lost, he'd invite the winner's entire family over for a victory dinner and serve them a meal to die for.
Oh, that's messed up.
I wish to join them.
You'll find what you need at the stables.
So, I might be changing my mind, I believe is what's happening. I need to check in with Maria before I leave, but I think I might be done, unfortunately. This is the Codex wall. I've learned a number of skills. Now that I've learned count, I already had counter. Just I know how to counter now. I've been taught. The Codex wall, I mentioned that codexes would become important later. This is where codexes go. All of these codexes are messages from a previous assassin. And I'm unlocking races and other types of things, but there's no missions like that here. This level, like, this place is always pretty straightforward. But, yeah, eventually I'll be able to access this wall, but I can't currently. And maybe I'll talk to Maria really quickly. Nah, I'll do it next episode. So, I'm CrossKnights. I have a crap ton of money. I should be able to buy that armor once I get back to town, and that should be awesome. And, we'll see if Ezio keeps up his decision to flee his heritage and go to Spain. Surely that's how the game goes. He decides not to be an assassin and lives on a farm and milks cows. It's a possibility. That might be what happened. Alright, see you then.